Tesla's one of our favorite characters. He's a fan favorite, he's a writer favorite, he's an actor favorite.
I love that character. It's always so much fun watching a Tesla episode.
I think as far as vampires go, Tesla's probably the coolest vampire out there. I'm not just saying that because he's on our show, but I think the way Jonathan plays him makes him a very cool, very relevant vampire. He's not a stereotypical, he's not what you see. He's just really done something really interesting with Tesla. Very bright, very intelligent. Not to say the other guys aren't bright and intelligent, but you know what I mean. He doesn't sparkle.
I've played Nikola Tesla on stage before in a very different show that really was a historical drama about his life. So my job in that play was to do research, collect anecdotes about him, and then try to create a portrait that came from that.
He's known for playing Nikola Tesla and doing a great job. He's an extremely talented, one of our great talents in Canada. He is an amazing actor. He's one of those people who has a special gift. He's gifted physically, he's gifted intellectually, he's very graceful and very specific in all his movements, and it's beautiful to watch. So when they were talking about this character, Nikola Tesla, but he's going to be a vampire. And I thought, well, I don't know, will Jonathan even be interested? I mean, it just sounds kind of silly. You know, he's taking a character that he knows inside out, and we're going to make him a vampire. But at the same time, Jonathan has the look of a vampire. He has these amazing teeth, and they're very vampiric in many ways. And I just thought it'd be perfect. And anyway, he'd probably have a hell of a lot of fun with it.
It became clear right away that the Sanctuary Tesla isn't so much interested in imitation of a historical character. And I think that what's in the script is that he loves ideas above all else. He loves himself above anyone else. That he's intensely competitive, and that he has an arrogance about him that puts himself ahead of everyone else. Of course, Tesla's ultimate goal is, world domination.
You're mad, Nikola.
No! The Philadelphia experiment was mad. But this is progress.
One of the cool things about season 3 is we bring back Nikola Tesla. Now, the non-vampire version of Nikola Tesla.
Well, I hope you're all happy now. I'm ordinary.
It's funny because everybody loves Tesla as a vampire. And the problem is when you have a character that everybody loves the way they are, as soon as you start changing them, everybody goes, "Ah, you can't do that. That's our favorite guy. He does that." It's crazy.
Here's to the glorious vampire race, once mighty, now extinct.
Left devamped, he's left with this other gift, which he will call his incredible magnetism, I'm sure. But it's a different Tesla, and it's a Tesla struggling to sort of figure out what this gift means and how he can use it.
Well, I can work with that.
I think, like Tesla, I thought it was an opportunity for something new. I mean, that's how Tesla ends that whole episode, is he's totally despondent, but then that I can work with that moment is because I think he sort of looks at everything as a game and an opportunity to work things to his own advantage. So I think his mind started turning right away. And for me, I mean, I think that one of the great joys about acting is that even though I'm playing the same part, every time I come on set, it's always new. So I felt confident that the writers have a master plan in mind, and that this was a detour that was going somewhere.
What happens in season 3 is he's magnetic and can do some fun tricks, but it's not as cool as being a vampire. So we may end up making him back into a vampire at some point.
But I can just say that we've shot an incredible scene that changes that, too. So, literally just shot it. I still have the blood on my hands.
I'm back, baby. Oh, it feels so good.
There's different types of Nikola Tesla stories. There's we get a message from Tesla and he's in trouble, but not the kind of trouble we think, which leads to other trouble, and he's got it's the hidden agenda Tesla story.
Well, I did say SOS in my message.
Trapped in a cave with nasty bugs would have been much more helpful.
I'm just looking for a way to turn this pointless ability into something extraordinary.
It makes sense, in an evil way.
Then we have this sort of story where Tesla's involved because he's a genius, and there's something epic and weird and crazy happening, and we require a genius to help us and make us feel kind of crappy about ourselves with his genius. That's another story that Tesla's often involved in. We have a Tesla story where we're about the past, and we see the Five in Victorian England and even Edwardian England, and Tesla's part of that because he was part of the group from back in Oxford days in the late 1800s. And then there's a Tesla story that comes closer to the end of season 3 where he doesn't have a hidden agenda, but he definitely kind of gets in over his head seeking knowledge.
Helen, we're surrounded by the greatest trove of vampire knowledge the world has ever seen. It's killing me. I'm being robbed of my last great discovery. I've spent my life trying to piece together my ancestry.
And it's nice because he's a sort of character who can really, you can stretch and pull and put in different positions. He's definitely not a bad guy. He's definitely not a pure of heart good guy. He's just this wonderful, colorful, fly in the ointment, you know, an amazingly annoying, amazingly useful, brave, egomaniacal, funny, critical, mean-spirited, lovely, loyal, you know, kind of character. We love him.
You were good, but I was better.
Each script gives a lot of humor to Tesla with those things in mind. That's why he's so fun to play, because he, like I said before, he thinks of everything as a kind of game or a competition.
Your shaggy friend is still refusing treatment, and frankly, I'm insulted.
Oh, right, yeah, because I forgot it. This is all about you.
I have spent weeks creating a working treatment for the Lazarus virus, and in the end, the creep in the room with the hair doesn't want to take his medicine.
It's personal, and we both know it is.
He doesn't care about the effects of, you know, being completely rude or completely outspoken, and he's kind of in his mind, he's number one, right?
Tesla and Magnus have one of those relationships that is hard to define, and I believe that's mainly due to the fact that they're both so old.
Helen Magnus. Kiss me and I'll save your life.
And if I don't?
It's been over 60 years. Just plant one on me already.
I think that Tesla can't he just abhors boring people.
Nikola Tesla. You always did know how to get attention. It's so much fun to play it, but I can't describe it. It's this crazy friendship with this very, you know, unabashed sexual overtone to it from both of them. You've always been like this, haven't you? Selfish and arrogant, putting your own desires before everyone else's.
I brought you here for 2 reasons. Because only you can help me finish what I'm working on, and because I love you.
Yes, so you keep... What?
I always have.
And the thing that's the most, you know, kind of fetching about Magnus to him is that she's anything but boring, and I think that's what makes her attractive to him.
When you've known somebody for that long and they know you as well as Tesla and Magnus know each other, I think it's almost like that sexual tension is just explosive, but nothing can happen because it's like, then would we still have that tension? Oh, shut up and help me.
My God, you look sexy with a gun.
I think that Tesla and Magnus probably at some point had some kind of thing that went on because she admires the giant brain. He has a giant brain, but he's just too much of an oaf. And Magnus has way better taste than that. So I think it's one of those, over the 160-year period, you get to have those little trysts and not worry about them, although you still have to work with the person.
You felt genuine concern for me. Admit it.
Nonsense.
Oh. You still like me, it's so obvious.
You tried to kill me.
Yeah. But, you know, we all hurt the ones we love.
Well, first and foremost, they're old friends. And I think it's based on competition. It's based on rivalry. and respect, and of course of love of ideas and love of adventure. I'm always bringing up memories of adventures.
You know, this reminds me of when we were in Egypt looking for Tut's tomb, huh? Oh, those wild early days. No ground-penetrating radar, no satellite imagery.
They were barely better than grave robbers.
I mean, I think that Helen Magnus has Tesla under a kind of spell. Maybe a little tighter, you know, just to be safe.
If you were any more transparent, you'd be invisible.
Whether or not there was romance, I think, should remain a secret until it's revealed. But there's clearly always the potential for that. But if anything, that makes the friendship that much more interesting and magnetic.
It's an interesting, they're both incredible geniuses, they're both incredibly stubborn, and they both love each other deeply, though both of them are loath to admit it.
You have a Sasquatch for a butler, and you travel the world with history's most notorious murderer, and now you don't feel safe? Helen, green is not a good color on you.
Don't be ridiculous.
She's intelligent, powerful, remarkably well preserved for her age. Everything I look for in a woman. And unlike someone I know, she's actually interested in me.
I'm not engaging in this childish conversation.
The more you deny it, the truer it is.